All right, welcome to Take Five Friday and ready to start the weekend. Wanted to remind to get some water if you haven't. It's good to always have. And feel free to grab a drink of water anytime during the class and relax that way and see where you're at. Maybe pay attention at how much is too much to be doing in the class. And today I have a thought that I invite you to have as an intention. However, you can come up with any intention for the class to set up yourself for the weekend. That will be coming back to this intention throughout the class several times, and whatever that might be for you. My invitation is to look into non-judgment to yourself and others and acknowledge that you're your own person and you're not a computer and you're a human being. So we go in cyclic motions of going into a practice and coming back and coming out and coming back, kind of like in a meditation where thoughts are drifting away, but then you come back to the meditation multiple times, just like the mind is just like a doggy on or a puppy on a leash that wants to go here, wants to go there, wants to go here, wants to go there, and then you gently nudge it towards where you want it to go. So many oftentimes we get into a certain practice or certain affirmation or something that we want to continue being on point with. But then we kind of drift away, we sleep off of the right way, whatever that might be for us. And I just invite you to notice things and don't judge them. Just take them as they are and keep progressing on yourself because everything is about practice. So we'll begin in comfortable sitting position. Close the eyes for a sec or two and just begin to notice the environment and how does it feel with all the background noises from where my voice is coming in, from all the other things that are around me, the soundtrack of the place. You'll hear some music that I selected with different chimes and singing bowls from Tibet. And also you might hear some children play outside. Right underneath my window there is a lemonade stand with a bunch of kids that all morning they've been running around screaming and being all happy, all sugared up. So you might hear that as well. Begin to tune in more into the environment, not just noticing the sounds, but also notice the touch feeling, the areas where your clothing is touching your skin and where you're sitting on the mat and where the air is touching the skin. Are there any smells that you feel? Notice the air coming through your nose. Keep the eyes closed and see in your mind's eye a landscape of a place that gives you peace. It might be at the beach, or in the desert. Keep that image. Take a deep inhale and tuning into environment some more. Use the breath throughout the practice to ground yourself into the present moment. The more you ground yourself into the present moment, the more clarity you gain over everything as the observer versus the participant. So use the breath and the feeling of touch and the background noises, the soundtrack of this moment, or any moment throughout the practice. Use all that to ground yourself into the present moment. The present moment was never before and you will never be again. It is only now. So set that intention we agreed upon in the beginning of the class, whatever that might be for you, and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. You can choose to keep your eyes closed and cover your nostrils with the right hand or with the left hand, and you inhale through one nostril and then cover it up and exhale through the other one. Then cover that one. Whoops, no. Then inhale through the uncovered one and uncover the other one and exhale to the uncovered one. And then inhale to the uncovered one, close, exhale to the other one. Alternate nostril breathing. It helps calm down the mind and makes you more present. It's good really anytime, but especially to erase the feelings of what has happened before or what it will happen after this present moment and kind of keeps you in the present moment. Grounding and centering. So let's do this. Inhale through one, exhale through the other one. Inhale through the same, exhale through the next one. Inhale through the same, exhale through the other one. Inhale through the same, exhale through the other one. Inhale through the same, exhale through the other one. Inhale through the same, exhale through the other one. Slowing down. Inhale through the same, exhale through the other one. Inhale through the same, exhale through the other one. Inhale through the same, exhale through the other one. Inhale through the same, exhale through the other one. Inhale through the same, exhale through the other one. Relax. Think of your intention from the beginning of the class. Move the shoulders away from the ears and back. Begin to extend the chest towards the sky. Keep a calm, relaxed face. Inhale, right hand up towards the sky. And slowly begin making a circle backwards. Very, very slow. Notice an area that is tighter. Anytime during the class having an area that's tighter, maybe spend more time on it. Or slow down the movement, concentrating on the breath. Breath is moving fully all the way to the bottom of the belly. Ideally, you want to collaborate the breath with the movement. For example, inhale, going up with the arm. Exhale, lowering and circling. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lowering the arm and arm. Inhale up, exhale, lowering. Remember the background noises are grounding you in the present moment. They might be distractions or they might be reminders. It depends on the perspective. So I invite you to choose the perspective that everything outside of you is actually grounding you into the present moment. Keep inhaling up and exhaling all the way down. Extending through the fingertips away from the heart center as much as possible, making a wider and wider diameter. And relax the hands in front of you. Let's get the other one up and away. From the sitting bone, circle backwards. Exhale, lowering. On the inhale, lifting up. What was the intention from the beginning of the class? Trying to always move the breath as low as possible, reaching all those places from the lungs that we kind of don't have air, and during the day, please tend to have a breath that is only shallow on the tops of the lungs. Instead, bring it all the way down, reaching all those places where the air is still and it is sitting for a while. Pulling in the entire body through the air. Expanding the circle as much as possible, moving the fingertips away from the heart center. Big, fast, expansive circle. Lifting up on inhale, exhale, lowering. Last one, inhale up and exhale, lowering. Let's elevate the right arm again. And this time, use the left hand, prop yourself up. And then reach as much as possible away from the right sitting bone and up with the fingertips, creating space between the vertebrae on the right side and also more space between the spine and then the right hip, opening up the area real good. So up towards the sky and then go to the side towards the left, opening the entire right side. And then look underneath the right arm. Keep moving your right shoulder back. Be careful with the left hand that supports you. Try to not to lock the elbows and maybe even spread fingertips to protect the wrist. Just a good rule of thumb to always remember whenever you are on the hands with an open palm, want to spread fingertips. On inhale, lift yourself up with elongating the spine. So when sitting in pose, try to always not slam yourself out of it, but think up and exit. Let's place the right arm down and elevating the left one up towards the sky, reaching away with the fingertips from the sitting bone. And creating that space on the left side between the left hip and then the spine. You can elongate some more and lean towards the right as you move the left shoulder back. Again, the right elbow is shy of block. Breathe. And when you're ready, lifting up yourself and inhale. So let's roll the neck a little bit with small circles away from the shoulders. So shoulders back and away from the ear. Small circles with the head, elongating the neck. So thinking about the top of your head is suspended on a string and you're pulling away from the shoulders, elongating the neck and the spine at the same time. So the circles here are not that big, and as you get more time into it, expand the circles and maybe slow down to pinpoint that one spot that's tighter, if there is any. And then reverse the circle. Begin to expand the circle. Keep the breath flowing. And at the same time, come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. Mindless, no judgment. You step into the flow. The flow that I have, the flow that everyone has, and just keep working on bettering ourselves every time. No judgment. Alright, when you have enough of that, we're going to make a transition into tabletop. Tabletop with hands and knees underneath us. This is one of those places where you can be really mindful about the wrist. Just like down facing dog. Always want to spread the fingertips apart from each other as much as possible and kind of like dig in the fingers into the mat to create that strength onto the wrist instead of like collapsing into the pose. We want to stay strong on the fingertips. And then touch the toes, lift up downward facing dog. And here you want to be consciously moving the chest towards the thigh. Always chest towards the thighs. And begin walking the dog one heel at a time. Left and then right. Feel free to continue moving the neck in circles Relaxing the neck, staring ideally towards your navel. Begin walking the feet towards the hands or the hands towards the feet. Doesn't matter. Find your way into forward fold. Hanging there loosely with the arms and just keep the knee shallow block. Relaxing the entire spine like a ragdoll. Begin lifting one vertebra at a time. And once you find yourself on top, just exhale a couple of times, rolling your shoulders back. And breathe. Inhale, hands up, and exhale, forward fold with a flat back, like a strong straight spine, not flat back, but kind of flat. Inhale into flat back. So head away from tailbone. Exhale, forward fold. Place the left arm on the ground, and if you can't reach the ground, maybe make the stance a little bit wider between the feet so you can reach the ground with the left hand. And hold the ground with the left hand as you are elevating the right one. See if you can roll the right shoulder back more to where the arms are perpendicular to the ground. And then begin bending the left knee slightly and straightening the right leg. Send the breath into the entire length of the right leg. Also, spacing out from left fingertips to right fingertips. As much as possible, opening the chest and opening the shoulder blades. Breathing on the back of the right leg. On exhalation, we'll get back into forward fold. Both of the legs are straight. Place the right hand in front of you and elevate the left one. Up towards the sky, far away from the right. So left fingertips away from right fingertips. Use the right arm to kind of support you in that perpendicular position to the mat. Opening the chest, opening the shoulder blades. Fingertips to fingertips, big distance from left to right. And then straighten the left leg as you bend slightly the right. It's going to help you rotate more and create more spacing between the hands. Breathe into the entire length of the left leg. Breath goes all the way to the bottoms of the lungs by extending the belly forward. Then belly towards the spine on exhalation. Be very mindful about the breath. As much as you can remember, as many times as you can remember, notice where it's up. Is it shallow? Is it deep? And then no judgment there, like, oh, look at me with my shallow breath. No, just notice and then do something about it. Help it. Be like, my breath is shallow. I get back into the pattern of that one shallow breathing. Let me deepen it. Let me do something about it. Exhale all the way down, forward fold. Engage the core and maybe even make the stance not as wide between the feet. If you made it wider, they can reach the ground in that previous one. Just make it shorter back into about shoulder distance between the feet and then elevate into chair, engaging the core. Every time you're elevating, kind of like a chair, but not knees together. Knees are apart, about 1 foot apart. Every time you're elevating the torso from being in an inversion or just being like in any position that you exit and you have to elevate the torso, always be concerned about tightening the core first and then elevating. That way you will always protect the lower back. Okay, begin lowering into you find yourself into a squat at some point and see if you can lift up on the balls of the feet so heels are lifting in the air. Keep the hands where they're at, full breath into the belly. Very slowly, mindfully with the control. As in any balancing poses, you always want to move slow because if you use momentum and you slam yourself in a balancing pose, you're going to lose balance. The key is to move really slow, sneaky knees type of thing. Inhaling yourself up on the balls of the feet if possible, which means heels up. Try not to lock the knees once you get all the way up. You still trying to balance out with heels up. Again, it will be easier to move into any kind of a balancing pose if you just moving very slowly. Slowly lowering again. We do a couple more, and this time we'll try to incorporate breath with movement. So very slow breath, really slow going up. Inhale. Very slow exhale, lowering. Try to maintain yourself with the heels up. Sometimes it's harder to balance than other days. We have different days, we're different. Inhale back up, last time. And place the heel down if they're not down already. Exhale, all the way forward fold. Walk the hands forward and move into downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice how are you spreading the fingertips and whether you are putting too much pressure on the wrist. Always be mindful about the wrist. If you have any wrist issues, so in my case, I am wrapping my hands around this trampoline. This is helpful. Also, what's helpful if you have anything going on with your wrist, instead of being with a flat palm open, it could be on the fists. If you are on the fists, I suggest to be on the first two knuckles next to the thumb, and then the next one if you're on the fist. That will keep the palm straight and protect. We're still in downward facing dog. I was just going on a little rant about protecting the wrist. Because I've seen it way too often where people get injured from doing something improper, like having a wrong pose, not just in yoga, but with other practices as well. Look forward and inhale left foot forward towards the hands, plant the right heel down. Engage the core and lifting up into warrior one. Hands up above the head. Try to move the arms kind of like behind the ears or around the ears. So not to be forward, but a little bit more back. Squaring the hips forward. On exhale, we'll straighten the front leg and bend forward fold over it. Engage the core, bend the front knee, elevating back up. And exhale, back to lowering it with a straight front leg. Inhale up, bend the front, and make sure the arms are next to the ears or behind the ears even. Squaring the hips, exhale, forward fold on the front leg. And then find your way into downward facing dog. Look forward, place the right foot forward towards the hand. Engage the core, plant the back heel down and elevate warrior one on this side. And hands, arms, and knees on the two sides of the ears. Squaring the hips forward. We'll straighten the front leg and bend forward over it. The first one, spend a couple of breaths into just relaxing the front leg and stretching the back of it. And then inhale back up into warrior one. Squaring the hips forward, hands behind the ears. And exhale, folding forward on top of the right foot. Inhale back up. And exhale, folding forward. Find your way into downward facing dog. Pushing the mat away actively with the hands to create that space from the tailbone to the fingertips. Moving the chest towards the thighs. Staring at your navel. Begin walking the feet towards the hands. Find your way into forward fold. And then reach the ground with the hands as you are making the stance wider between the feet. Wider and wider. Begin walking the hands behind you. In between the legs. At some point, the legs would feel really tight. Stop there and begin just sending the breath. Is it on the back of the legs or the top part of the legs? Wherever it's at, it's the right place. You want to send the breath there. Inhale to elongate the legs. Exhale to relax into the stretch. Just keep the legs shy of block, but straighter. If it's very, very difficult, back up from going so far back, or maybe even shorten the stance or widen the stance. Just like find your comfort in the pose to where like you're kind of pushing, but not to the point where you can't breathe. Breath is always showing you how much is too much, where like I need to do something about it. And this is not being judgmental there, it's being observant and taking appropriate action. Judgment is more like sitting and thinking about something negative or whatever the position it might be, but not doing anything about it. Observing is just noticing without thinking too much, just noticing and possibly doing something later on if appropriate. See if you can walk the fingertips a little bit more back. Where is the breath? Palms are down. Palms are down towards the earth and press the earth with the palm. That's gonna engage the spine more and create this big elongating space around the shoulder blades area, tucking the chin towards the chest. When you're ready, begin walking the hands towards you from being back. Keep the stance with the feet where it's at, and then begin to bend the knees, engage the core, and lifting up as your knees are bent. Now move the toes outwards. So left and right toes outwards, heels towards you. And then move the hands to the two sides with the palms up towards the sky. And then begin to fold the arms. Palms are still up. Breathe. In this one, try to tuck in the tailbone to protect the lower spine. Very important, protecting the lower spine in any kind of anything that has to do with legs, using the muscles, the spine might give in. So you always have to have strong core, be aware of it, and also tuck in the tailbone that protects it. So I'm going to move sideways just to show. So there's a difference between this, right? And then this. I tucked in the tailbone and tighten the core. So tailbone in, core in. Alright, let's straighten the legs and then forward fold. Remember when you're exiting a pose or lifting up to get into a new one from a previous one, always concentrate on strong core first and inhale so you can gain strength and reinforce the strength of the core as well as you're lifting up. Protect the lower spine and also get your core engaged. Bend the knees and lift up. Strong core. Back to that previous goddess pose. We're just gonna move sideways. Notice where you're at. Look at your left arm. Look at your right arm. Are the elbows on the same plane as your shoulders? Are they lower? And then keep the palms up as you move hands forward towards the navel into the sacral chakra. Keep the breath flowing. Keep the palms up as much as possible next to your body and outwards. And then begin moving fingers back and away from you. Shoulders away from the ears. Try to keep the palms up. This one is really hard, but try to keep the palms up as you lifting all the way up. Palms up. Elevating arms above the head. And then back sideways into God's forward belly. Alright, so let's straighten the legs and forward fold. Breathe. Squat over the right foot. Left one is elevated towards the left. So let's get the left arm. We'll place it behind the left leg, and then we will face the left leg and forward towards it. Straighten left leg, but shy of blocking the knee. That inner hamstring might be screaming, so use the breath into elevating the spine. Exhale into deepening into the stretch. Kind of pulsation with the breath. Inhale, slightly back up from the pose and gain length in the spine, and exhale, moving towards the stretch. When you have enough of that to exit, moving back forward towards the front foot, the right foot, not the front foot, the right foot, and then we'll just switch. Left foot underneath us, right one straight, and then face the right foot, and then place the right hand behind the right foot, the right leg. Square over the right foot and begin folding towards the toes. Inhale to gain space and maybe slightly back up from the pose, and exhale, get deeper into the stretch. Any kind of weird sensations in the knee, back up from the pose, and then just send the breath there, and then begin getting in, back again in the pose. Sometimes we get into a pose too fast, so that might bring weird sensations. Any kind of getting into a pose too fast where we didn't really take our time, it might potentially lead to something unwanted. So feel free to always back out from the pose and use the breath to mentally prepare yourself to get deeper in the stretches. Deepens is okay without compromising the breath. Inhale, micro pulls back up. Exhale into the stretch. Then the right knee and slowly find yourself into sitting. And get your feet in front of you. Moving the knees towards the ground. So for this one, you can grab the feet. The feet are about 1 foot distance away from your butt. So you can grab the feet and maybe use the elbow to help the knees go down in this stretch. Or I invite you to try something a little different. Place the hands behind you on the ground, as long as the elbows are shy of block, you're fine in the pose. You want to always keep the joints protected, so knees and elbows should never be locked. does contradict with certain styles and teachings. I'm open to debate on that. So knees towards the mat as much as possible, and if you have strong straight spine, you choose to have the hands behind you. That really helps the spine to be straight. And you would need to use a little bit more force into the legs into moving the knees towards the ground. Breathe. Great time to come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. Repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Straighten the left leg forward, and the right one goes across on the outer edge of the leg, the left. So you're gonna grab the right knee with the left arm, and then keep the right hand behind you. Prop yourself up as much as possible. Gain space from the sitting bones to the crown of the head, and then begin to twist towards the right. And then even look behind the right shoulder. Where is the breath? Now this twist, then you have to tense your strict upper breath, and you have to put a little extra effort to bring the breath all the way down. Elongating and expanding. Remember those background noises are just anchoring points into the present moment. With inhale, untwist yourself back up into forward, and then move, switch the legs. So place the left hand behind you, right leg straight, left foot goes across the right leg, and then we hug the knee with the right arm. Elevating on inhale, and then begin to twist. And maybe look over the left shoulder this time. Keep the knee close to your chest. Sending the breath all the way down. And when you're ready, unwinding back into sitting straight, with both legs straight in front of us. Alright, maybe remove some of the meat on your sitting bones. And then while you're doing that, moving forward towards the toes. So it's kind of like nose is going towards the toes, almost like you want to sneak your feet. No, good. So on inhale, gaining length into the spine. Exhale, moving towards the toes. Since we stretched the legs already, we'll begin bending the spine into curving forward. So maybe even move the arms in front of you this time. So moving forward with the nose, maybe bend the knee slightly and begin folding over the ankle. Head down, chin down. On inhale, lifting up, very slow inhale. Lifting up and finding your way with arms behind you, and then bend the knees. Bend the knees as you're lifting up into a reverse tabletop. Make sure that the elbows are shoulder blocked here. Tucking the tailbone and strong core. Exhaling, lowering, but don't touch the ground. Inhale, one more last tabletop, but this time a little higher. Keep the head straight, keep the neck protected, and lowering all the way down, very slow, with control, and then hug the knees. Bend the chin towards the chest. And begin lowering yourself all the way to the mat, laying down, shoulders underneath you. Palms up towards the sky, and tucking the chin in, legs straight, with the feet open and relaxed, or legs bending the knees with feet together, with knees on the side. Begin scanning through the body, starting from the feet, relaxing the feet, relaxing the legs. Inhale and exhale. Can you relax the legs more? Inhale and exhale. Relaxing the torso, core, and lower back. Inhale and exhale. Relaxing the shoulders and arms and fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Relaxing the neck and the facial muscles with all its little parts to go and the space between the eyebrows. Relax, inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, brush through the entire body. Exhale, relax through the entire body. Like a magical room with a white light. Inhale, relax the entire body. Exhale the other way, relax the entire body. Like a wave going all the way from the top to the bottom of the body. Inhale, relax. Exhale, relax. Stay where you're at as I move into the sound bath portion with combination with a meditation that is a release meditation. So I'll be chiming in while I'm playing some instrument, whatever I feel called upon playing. I'll be coming back with the mantra of release to bring you back into these pockets of meditation. So repeat your intention 3 times that you have from the beginning of the class. 3 times in present. So release and keep that mantra. Release. 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 You can choose to keep laying down and relax and release. You come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. You repeat it 3 times in your head. In present time. Thank you for practicing today, and hope you have a great weekend. I know I will. See you Monday.